So we heard the rumors first, then we heard that they brought him in for a workout, and now it's official that Dez Bryant has agreed to a deal with the New Orleans Saints. He hasn't signed and put ink on the paper yet, but he's supposed to come in Thursday to make it official. So in this video, we're going to talk about everything that this means to the Saints. Does it damage their Super Bowl hopes? Does it help their Super Bowl hopes? We're starting right now. What up, dude? What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. You guys already know this is a channel where I might not tell you what you want to hear, but I'm definitely going to tell you what you need to hear. I give recap and analysis of the best division in the NFL, the NFC South. So if you guys want to see more videos about the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, or the Bucks, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, guys. Make sure you get a video with thumbs up also to show some love. But hey, guys, let me know real quick down below in the comments, how do you think this affects the Super Bowl chances of the Saints? You know they were already pretty much the favorite right now after they beat the Rams. Do you think this could be more harm than good because they didn't really need too much help? Or do you think that him being a third or fourth option can only be a plus for the Saints to add on to there? Let me know down below in the comments. There's three different ways you can look at this. First, you got to figure out if Dez still has the ability to play. How does he fit in the team from a football perspective? And how will he fit in the team in the locker room? So let's talk about if we think Dez can still play. We know the last time he was an all-pro receiver in 2014, but last year in 2017, he only had 800 yards. He had pretty much a down year. His price tag did not match his productivity, so Jerry Jones had to make the cut, and he had been out of football ever since. He had a couple teams that were interested in him within the Browns and the Ravens. We also saw him on Hard Knocks, but no deal came out. From what we were hearing, what he wanted from the teams, what didn't match what they thought he was worth. So, of course, Dez Bryant has a lot of confidence in himself, but is he that type of receiver that he could command that much money and produce that many amount of yards and touchdowns in the season? Dez Bryant is 30 years old, of course, so he's not, his best years are probably behind him. However, what role do the Saints even need him to play? We knew he never was a burner. He was always a jump ball, a physical wide receiver that could catch the ball, short passes, break tackles, and get yards after catch. And that's his game. So will somebody like that fit into this methodical Saints offense? And with the amount of interest that he was getting, you have to either believe that, okay, hey, Dez still has it. Dak Prescott was the problem, and we're seeing now that Dak Prescott is just not a good quarterback. So the problems could have been with Dak and just the product of his environment that he was in an unhealthy environment in the Dallas Cowboys, the dysfunctional franchise that it is. So maybe Dez was just a product of a bad environment there. But let's look at how Dez could fit into the scheme. So the Saints really have a methodical, systematic approach to it, as Drew Brees has had multiple 800 yards receivers over his career. So it seems like you can almost plug and play the weapons. And right now we know Michael Thomas is the #1 wide receiver. We know Dez will come in. He won't be the primary target or the secondary. Probably not even the third target at this point, just based off how the offense was going. But the Saints clearly, they thought they needed some help. Even though they've probably been regarded as probably one of the best teams in the league. Better teams, what they do is they self-scout. Even though they're winning, sometimes winning can cover up some kind of blemishes that you have, and you kind of overlook your weaknesses. So the Saints realized that the next closest receiver only had 12 catches, and Alvin Kamara was the second leading receiver on the team with 41 catches. So they figured that they needed to get something done. To me, not having a #2 receiver this year didn't really kill you, because Michael Thomas has only been slowed down by two teams, and that's the Vikings and the Ravens. Every other team in the league that they face, he's pretty much destroyed. However, the Saints are all in this year, and they feel like that they can get a guy like Dez who's a different skill set than Michael Thomas. And with the accuracy of Drew Brees, he's going to pretty much put the ball right on your numbers every time, because he's the most accurate quarterback in the history of the league. So how much route running does Dez Bryant have to even do to be able to get open? And a lot of people are questioning Dez's ability to separate, but he never really was that guy anyway. So like I said, with Drew Brees putting that ball right on him, it doesn't even really matter. And Michael Thomas is a great receiver. He has the numbers, of course, but he's not a yards after catch guy. He's not a great athlete, and he's not just a big, imposing wide receiver. Dez is all that in one, but at least what he used to be is all that in one, and he'll give them a different element by bringing that yards after catch ability there. Now, my concern is Dez learning the playbook and be able to run all the routes, because pretty much all you saw at the end of Dez's career was him running slants, dig routes, and go routes, and jump balls. So will he be able to go and fit into that complex system? I mean, Sean Peyton is the greatest coach, so they'll find a way to probably get him on the field somehow. But how long until he'll be able to get up to speed on everything? So let's look at how he'll affect the locker room for them. A lot of people are saying that Dez Bryant has probably been humbled by the situation because he's out of the league so long, but I don't think he's probably been humble because he turned down these offers. It's not like nobody was really giving him love like any other player. Like they might have been sitting on the league for a while. There were plenty of teams knocking on his door. He just refused to take the offer because there was a disconnect on where he thought he was at and where they thought he was at. And I'm all for having confidence in yourself, but there gets to a certain extent. If you really want to play football, you kind of make things happen and prove your worth and do what you have to do to get back on the field. And to me, like it seems like he needs the Saints a lot more than they need him. So this is going to be a 7-game, maybe 8 or 9-game, depending on how far the Saints go into the playoffs. Try out for Dez Bryant to prove that what he can do. So is that enough time for him to get a sample size? If they get down the stretch and Dez is not producing like he thought he may produce going to the Saints, will he start to become a distraction because maybe his motives don't line up with the Saints? Clearly, the Saints are going all in on this season trying to get a Super Bowl, which is why they pick up Dez Bryant. But Dez Bryant, is he fully committed? He's coming to a team halfway through the year. How much does he really want to get a ring right now? Or how much does he really just want to get paid next year and get back in the league? And how much is he using just the Saints situation to get what he needs? So where those motives for both sides collide and where they come together at and where they meet will be a big telltale on how everything goes as far as the locker room. I know a lot of people are saying that Dez is the changed person, all this and that, and the system might have humbled him, and he seems to be turning over a new leaf. But don't we remember another receiver who was on his best behavior and doing all this, and we thought he changed? Yeah, that was Odell Beckham Jr. After he got caught with the pizza and the models and the white powdery substance and the cigarello wrapper in the hotel room, he was on his best behavior. He ended his holdout. He showed up to camp. He didn't say a word. We didn't hear a peep out of him. As soon as he got that check, he started acting a donkey. He was being a distraction on teams, been complaining, been in the media. The owner even had to call him out. So sometimes when these guys get their money or get the opportunity to get the thing they want after they've been on their best behavior, they kind of go back to their old way. So will Dez do that? Is the Saints locker room strong enough? To me, I think the chemistry, him being a third or fourth option, is it worth throwing off the chemistry? I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it was a problem enough for them to need to address that slot receiver position, but they know more than I do. Obviously, they're on the team. They run the team. You guys let me know your opinion and if you think it's worth it, the risk of ruining the locker room with Dez, or if he will be even ruining the locker room. So let me know down below in the comments, you guys. But without further ado, I'm Aaron Duncan signing off with Necessary Blunt and Sports Talk. I'll see you next time.